for casual conversation with your delightful hosts, Zelmay, Ebony, and Afrokami.
Yo, what's good? Yeah, I'm not Zelmay. It's your boy Monterey, the new host. I've taken over that man's show. Yeah, we beefing, so I had to come in his house, take over his show, use his computer. This is my casual conversation. Now I'll run this, and of course I ain't gonna run it alone. I took along the head of HR himself, the Afrokami 765. What it do?
Yes. Your local neighborhood scumbag here to get the folks at a daily dose of dirtbag, same gimmick, different day, all gas, no breaks, cold hard hot takes, and everything that comes with it. If you don't know the spiel, you've now been apprised of it. Looking like a two-man power trip kind of day. I got a different tag team partner with me this week, though, yo. You love to see it.
New tag team partner. I'm the new host. Yeah, forget Zelmay. I took over this stuff. We're gonna run casual conversations my way. And when we're running it my way, I gotta let everybody know. Often, first and foremost, we of Overall 99 Media and Keep It 99 do not condone, support, or are responsible for the sayings, comments, opinions, or wild theories of the Afrokami and or Ebony Moonbeam if she decides to join us from DreamCon or somebody's dreams. Nor can we prove them as facts of fiction. That probably will go for me as well. But we gotta go ahead and get that out the way because it's about to go down. Or at least we'll see what the Afrokami is gonna say today.
Yeah.
But to start off, we'll go ahead. We'll start with the ugly one. We'll start with the ugly story.
Yeah, we'll get the serious shit out of the way so we can just have a fun episode.
Let's go ahead and get the ugly out the way. So, got a little slideshow here. Got a little slideshow. That way.
Oh, somebody must have been really thinking about that. Oh, it's in Mississippi. He took the shit serious, huh?
Oh, we got a little slideshow, so we can go ahead and run it. Let you know everyone's going on. So if you've been under a rock or you don't know what's been trending, we have the Nolan Wells case, and just to let everybody know, if you have not heard about this story or roughly seen this picture trending somewhere on your timelines, we're gonna go ahead and get you up to speed. Yes, trigger warning, it is racial, or at least gonna have some racial connotations to it. It is ugly, it does have some unfortunate losses, so we're just gonna let you know in advance. You got that crap in there, it is what it is. Let's get it cracking. First and foremost, the Nolan Wells case, what you know about it. So if you've been on the rock, Nolan Wells, he is an 18-year-old football player from Southwest Mississippi Community College. He's from Ocean Springs, graduated from high school this year, and he is a multi-sport athlete. He's recognized by coaches as a hard worker, a leader, somebody everybody adored and loved, to give you the understanding, things of that nature. So pretty good, wonderful individual. He's the African-American kid I showed you earlier in that picture for. These other three people were his friends, or are his friends, either way. So what happened is on Saturday, 4th of July weekend, while everybody was turning up, shooting firecrackers, everything in it, he was taking a boat trip with his three friends to Horn Island, which is a short island off the coast. And he went with his friends, and he was last seen around 3 o'clock. After that Saturday night, his friends returned to the main light. It's a short boat ride, so they just all four of them went on their own. It's a short boat ride. All four of his friends, all four of them went. His three friends came back. He did not come back, and his three friends supposedly had no clue what happened to him. So of course, his mother reports him missing that same night. Huge manhunt goes out. Everybody's looking for him. Multiple agencies, Coast Guard, Marines, National Park, all the Navy, everybody was looking for him, and they did not find him Saturday night, did not find him Sunday, did not find him until this past Monday, where a park ranger did find his body on Horn Island. Unfortunately, it did confirm him to be deceased by the dental records. An autopsy has been conducted. Results have not yet been made public. Of course, the family decided to retain an attorney, well-known civil rights attorney Ben Crump, and they want a full yet transparent investigation. And so mind you, this search was done by a lot of different agencies. The police department, sheriff's department, Coast Guard, National Park Service, Marine resources. There's a whole bunch of people was looking, did not find them. And so say if you're wondering, Horn Island, like I said, it's not a long way away. It's literally 10 miles south of Pascagoula. It's like one of them. Look, it's a hood island. Like it's one of them broken down little old islands people go to just hang out, something like that. It's not really a nice looking island. If you look at pictures, you're gonna look at
I
the beach.
don't know shit about no islands. I'm
So
gonna believe you because you're a Mississippi Negro. Y'all got the Gold Coast and all that. So y'all got water. So if you say it's a hood island, I'm gonna believe it's a hood island.
if I got time, I'll pull a picture. But like, it's not a pretty looking island. I ain't gonna lie like that. So that's why it's not like, oh, a whole
I
bunch
live
of
in,
people
I live in a landlocked state. Nigga, I'm lucky to have a river.
So yeah, of course, family was speaking. His mother was like, you know, our heart is broken. Can't believe this happened. We getting the nice stuff out the way. You know, the family, like I said, they got Ben Crump. You know, they got an attorney. Let's just go ahead and keep the bean. There is not a lot of evidence at all. Autopsy will give probably some very much needed evidence. There's not a lot of evidence at all of anything. Like I said, he hadn't been seen since about 3 p.m. You know, the day he went there, or day after he went there. And, you know, photos, videos, they don't got none of that. And if you wondering about his friends, if I'm wrong, you let me know. His friends lawyered up after they got back.
I do believe that was the report.
If I were like his friends, immediately they lawyered up and they have not said a word other than they don't know where he is. So that's why you see on here the investigators, the people that are involved in the investigation want the public to give any photos, videos, unedited, of course, stuff specifically showing anything around like altercations, fights, arguments, anything like that, anything unusual, please. It seems like they're basically like grasping at straws because it's just, if the 3 people that was with him are not being forthcoming on any information, they gotta basically pick and choose on anything. And then of course, because you clearly can see it's 1 black person and 3 white ones.
That young man was brave, yo.
So
because I don't know how much money it'd take me to get out on a fucking boat with three white dudes, yo. Me being the only nigga. And like, one or two maybe. 3 is pushing it because I can't. If you got to knock down 2 niggas, you knock down 1 and it's 1-on-1. 3 is a different story.
It's hard to get rid of the racial component of this just because, like I say, he the only nigga in with 3 other people that were not African American in any way, of course, and their suspicious behavior after it just really, like I said, not only did they lawyer up, they deactivated their IG, their Instagrams, you know, whatever, and some photos or like some early things that the investigators were able to find seem to show maybe even an argument of some sort. But like I said, they're pretty much grasping the straws, but their behavior just make it look like either make it look like you guilty or you just don't want nothing to do with it. Either way, y'all are the 3 people that gonna know the most, and y'all not saying anything automatically just makes this go blow out of proportion here. It just automatically, like, if you're not guilty, you don't act guilty. You're gonna keep it being.
If there was not a racial connotation to begin with, as soon as everything started to shake out, it's unavoidable at that point. Like, right. You separate the race until you find out that everyone came back and they were all silent and lawyered up and nobody wants to talk about anything. And part of me understands that to a certain extent, because like the legal advice is always going to be, if you're remotely close to that type of situation, whether you're involved or not, the smart thing to do would be get a lawyer, honestly.
Now thinking of it, trying to think of it from an unbiased way, a separated way. Yeah, lawyering up may be the smart thing to do, especially because if I remember right, or hearing about their family lines, like they have some pretty solid wealth or economy status. Like I think one of their parents maybe like a doctor, another one maybe like a lawyer, you know, stuff like that. So lawyering up may make sense, but it also can be looked at as you possibly being guilty. It doesn't change
the optics at all, brother. It looks fucking bad.
It's not gonna look pretty if you immediately lawyer up. You don't go help the search efforts. Like I don't know if they did or not. I'm just saying, if you ain't going to help the search efforts, if you immediately delete your online profile instead of being like, you know, trying to share or spread knowledge, like, hey, if anybody know where you at, X, Y, and Z, stuff like that nature. But on the opposite end, they could also be doing that to protect themselves, because as we know, And as we talking about, the internet already is brutal, and the optics are gonna look bad even if they did say something, because automatically,
If they'd have been completely forthcoming and helping with the search or whatever, if they did, we don't know. But even if they were completely forthcoming, no lawyer, anything, the optics are still gonna be there.
yeah, like
it's still one black dude left with 3 white dudes on a boat, and he didn't come back alive.
like the three, like, they're gonna look at that. Like I said, it's just like the racial component is gonna be hard to ignore from that. Even
it's America,
like on this,
yo.
yeah, it's gonna be hard to ignore. Like I said, even if they were 100% forthcoming, say everything they said, all that kind of stuff, people are gonna look at like, y'all still 3 white people with a black
exactly.
and come back. Like, we automatic people are going to automatically. Some people are going to automatically. They are.
That's why I was saying I understand the lawyering up from a purely legal perspective. That is the smart thing to do. That doesn't change the fact that it looks shady as fuck. Whether it was the right thing to do or not, it still looked mad shady.
It's automatically gonna look like that's it. And then the opposite end, like there's a conversation even now of people looking online and possibly faulting Nolan for being the only black person among white friends, and saying that instinct reflects internalized bias, not fact-based blame. And look,
but that's when you got to remember this is the fucking internet, brother. There's gonna be whatever the worst possible thing to say about any situation is. If that situation is on the internet, someone is going to say the worst fucking thing possible. It couldn't be just that the guy thought he had. And look, this autopsy could come back, and fucking if there's no foul play in his death, do we get mad that because you can't technically charge somebody for something if there is no foul play involved?
Okay, I'm gonna keep it a bit. I'm gonna keep it a bit. One, when it comes to this part right here, anybody blaming him saying, "Oh, you shouldn't have been the only black person on person."
Yeah, that's a disgusting take.
We all black, but we gonna keep it a being with it. You cannot put a racial component out there and then try to blame him for not being more racially minded in a negative connotation way. You can't to blame him, be like, "Oh, you shouldn't be among that many white people." It's automatically putting a stigma on white people as all being dangerous in that way. That's not good to push.
Segregation ended in 1959, folks.
Like, you cannot push that kind of narrative, even in these kind of circumstances, or the other ones that we've seen. Because there's been a few other stories I've seen of some nooses, some hangings on college campuses and stuff. So I even put like, you cannot push that kind of narrative out there to automatically you cannot try to make it as segregated. Don't try to make it as segregated as it was 50, 60, 70 years ago. Do not do that.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Especially when to be fair, we do not know what happened.
That's the thing. That's why I brought up, because I feel like when the autopsy does come back, that's going to form a lot of people's opinions one way or another. You know what I mean?
Some people already got their opinion. They already in their mind they're guilty of.
Look, as soon as they heard the case, period, point blank, some people's fucking decision, some people's feelings about the case were set in stone as soon as they heard it. Any extra context be damned. As soon as they heard one black guy leaves with 3 white guys, the black guy dies. Regardless of the situation. Nigga could have got ate by a shark. And niggas would have been like, damn, I bet them white folks pushed him in.
Like I said, and because there's so little videos, photos, anything, which is strange. Which is strange, because you said this kid was 18 years old, right? Or he was in college, however old he was. He was 18. He just graduated. He's 18 years old. Bruh. Like, it's 4th of July. Let's be real.
There's no pictures, no videos.
Like, stop the cap.
That's older nigga shit, yo.
Like, stop the cap. Let's be real. It's 4th of July. You got a whole bunch of high school kids and maybe college kids, but a whole bunch of high school to college kids outside on the 4th of July on a beach, partying, doing whatever, having fun. You're not gonna sit there and
there was never a camera in sight.
You're not gonna sit there and cap to me that there wasn't plenty of pictures, photos, all that. You're not gonna sit there and cap to me that there's not. There's just people don't want to share them. Like they just keep it real. You know, not in today's day and age where social media apps are everywhere, from TikTok to Instagram to Facebook to Snapchat. You're not gonna sit there and tell me there's not gonna be no videos or photos of that.
No, but you did say this was a hood island, right? So maybe there weren't a bunch of niggas there.
I mean, when I say a hood island, like it's not an island that looks glamorous. It's not one that looks pretty or whatever. Like I said, you're gonna see pictures don't look nice. It's not a nice looking island. It's just like a little small island.
Oh, there is a population there though.
Heck, I know it's just a little small horn island. Like, it's not a pretty looking island.
I'm saying if it's secluded enough, maybe there's no pictures from the island.
I mean, but I just know if people were there to go hang out, because supposedly they went there to go meet up with some girls or whatever. If people are there to go hang out and have fun, you're not gonna sit there and capture me like they ain't. Man, please, stop this man. Y'all know everybody was doing TikToks, y'all were doing Snapchats or whatever, different filters, all that.
Somebody was texting their mom.
Y'all ain't gonna sit there and tell me that, bro. Especially when people, man, you stop that cap today. Stop that cap. Oh, but we have been joined by the one and only Ebony Moonbeam.
Oh shit, Lake Moonbeam, you love to see it though.
Wait, what?
Her streak remains unbroken, folks.
Wait, but why are y'all live right now?
What do you mean why?
It's 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our show is at 9.
What? No, we go at 8.
Wait, really? Are you sure?
Yes. I say it every fucking night. I say it when I
you can bring up the
Eastern
speed.
Standard Time.
After coming, bring up the speed right quick. Oh, this is beautiful.
Yes.
Oh,
yes, Moonbeam. Yes. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I promise you.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
You look, I feel like you are too. That's crazy.
I just got home. I just came in because I saw that it said that you were backstage, and I was just coming in to be like, are we still doing the normal time?
No,
and then it was live, and I was like, oh, maybe they're doing another show. But then he pulled me up.
The show is always at 8, Moonbeam, I promise you.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I love that. That made my night. But we're talking about a very horrible case. This young man left on an island with three white men, and he did not come back from the island alive. They're all college kids hanging out. It was 4th of July. They go off to this island, I guess that is off the coast in Mississippi. I be forgetting that they got islands out there, yo. But the Gold Coast, yo. I mean, what? But yeah, he went with his 3 white friends, and they came back alive, and he did not. And we haven't got the autopsy yet, so we don't know what foul play was involved, if any. I just want to make sure I make that perfectly clear. But upon the other 3 white young men's arrivals home, they immediately lawyered up and have said nothing. But we don't have an autopsy report yet, so.
No, the autopsy report, I think it started either Monday or Tuesday. They haven't made any of the results public yet. But
so, quick question: what did the other boys say happened?
Nothing.
They haven't said anything. They lawyered up.
Okay.
All they said was they didn't know where he was when they came back.
Yeah, they said they couldn't find him. That's all they said. They said that they couldn't find him. And then they called the lawyers. Which is, look, as I said it.
This has happened time and time again. Y'all better stop going out of the motherfucker. Y'all better stop going on trips with no other person that is like you.
Oh, hold on. I can't say that.
We're right on this part over here. No. Right on this.
Yeah.
Hell no.
No, listen, I've taken many road trips with just white folks, yo, and I've been cool every time.
Say that again.
I've taken many a road trip with white folks all over this country, and I've been fine every time. I've been fine every time.
Oh no, you little African. Don't nobody want to hear that bullshit.
Hey, listen, my ID still says black. I don't get a pick any other race. When was the last
time they checked your ID? Shut up.
Yeah.
You know how many times this has happened? I said what I said for a reason. This has happened on more than one occasion.
Look, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that in this day and age we shouldn't be preaching
No,
a
fuck that.
closed
No, in this
mindedness.
day and
We
age,
shouldn't be preaching a closed mindedness of race relations at this point.
no, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna preach it because it is continuously happening, and we never get answers. We do not have answers for so many incidents
real quick,
that have happened like this. What?
Put up the side real quick before she goes on this tirade.
I mean, we did it before, so it's fine. Though.
Okay, well,
we reiterate it. It's no problem. It's just, the disclaimer, that we're not responsible for y'all. It's fine.
Now, yeah, this is a disclaimer.
I wasn't even going on a rant.
He said it before you decided to. I ain't got nothing to say.
No, I'm just saying, I'm not even about to go on a tirade. I'm just saying this has happened way too many times in this day and age where there's social media, there's photos, there's cameras everywhere. Like you can find so much, like just being a regular person on the internet, let alone being someone of authority that is investigating a case. And when it becomes something so big like that, international, whatever, and we never get answers. Every single time the autopsy is inconclusive, it says there was no foul play, whatever. That happens too many times where we don't get justice for you to be comfortable going out of the country as a solo Black person with a group of white people. I just think that is not smart. I think it's happened way too many times.
He didn't go out of the country. He went 10 miles south of Pascagoula.
Wherever it's happened out of the country, it's happened inner city, wherever the fuck. People don't just go missing in 2026, Tori. People just don't go missing in 2026 without a trace.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying I'm never going to be a part of preaching against.
No, you shouldn't. That would be you being ridiculous. Because A, it's half of you. B, like, yeah, that it don't make sense. I just want to say that I think that even if you choose to go, I'm not saying don't go. I'm saying be mindful. Think about that. And if you do, be sure to let someone know where you are at all motherfucking times. Let someone know you gonna call them when you get back to the house. Y'all leaving, y'all going here, have your location on, all of that shit. But a lot of people don't do that when they're with their friends. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's always a friend group.
I agree with you, except for the part of only being super guarded like that. If I'm the only Black person around, you should be guarded like that, regardless of friends.
In general.
Because even like to an example, you remember the girl that went missing in Mexico when she went with 6 of her friends, and they was like, oh, she was gone off of alcohol poisoning or something. And then all of a sudden, they found out she had like injuries from fighting and stuff. Her friends, most if not all of them, most of them were her color.
Oh, let me tell you something. I am against doing Airbnbs with bitches that ain't my day one. I don't care how long we've been cool. I know better because it like, come on. You have enough interpersonal relationships with women with different types of personalities and stuff. And then especially when alcohol or other substances, let me finish. Alcohol and other substances get involved, it can always heighten other lingering things, old things, new things, whatever. So I'm a strong believer. I tell people all the time, there are certain people that I will get an Airbnb with, whether it is in the city, out of the country. There are people that I will get an Airbnb with as long as another person, a particular person is there. They weren't going to I would never go with them by themselves.
They were going to a party or something.
Yes, but they were, I believe they were in an air, but they were in Mexico. They were all staying together. They went on a trip together.
No, they came back the same day.
She never made it back.
She talking about the story. I was the girl.
Yeah, I'm talking about his story. And I was saying that because I'm not necessarily saying that you shouldn't do that with people of your own race either. I'm a strong person that says no. I'm not going out with you.
The male
out of the
perspective
country.
is not
I'm
that.
not seeing somewhere. The place that I lay my head is supposed to be my peace. So if I can't trust that you're gonna not be on bullshit, I will get my own Airbnb, and we will meet up wherever we gotta go. Point blank. Period.
Men don't think that way.
Well, no, what I've learned.
I'm also be real. I don't necessarily think that men are that malicious with other men. Like y'all may fight or whatever, but like
This was 4 college dudes going out
No,
on a
I'm
boat
saying
ride
now
together.
this is happening, but all the other times that we hear it, it's usually women, or it's
Yeah,
a
I know,
couple,
but
or it's a
I was
couple.
just acknowledging that there is a different perspective to be had where this was just 4 dudes hanging out.
Yes, but let me tell man, I'm never
Like
gonna forget. I'm never gonna forget about old boy that was wrapped up in a fucking wrestling mat. Okay.
No, I said that's a
Yeah,
lot.
but
Me.
that
Oh, go ahead.
but that was a school-based thing. You know what I mean? That's a different situation entirely.
I completely disagree. Whoever they were, even if they were students in school, these are people that he either associated with or was around. It's no different than friends. Actually, it's even worse right now because these are his friends and they don't know where he went. And then they just came back and they instantly lawyered up. Like, you're not going to give any type of information to help with the investigation. I'm sorry. I feel some type of way about that. That's not your nigga.
I'm with you. Like, my thing is, when it comes to traveling or anything with people, I always say have your own way out, have your own phone, mind your own drinks. You know, I'll
Make
say
sure you
trust
got
you, but
your
you don't
own
always trust them.
money.
You keep yourself safe. I always keep yourself to have a way out, sure. But in this situation, it's always gonna be. I'm gonna add this on there, even though it's gonna add more to like conspiracy theories and stuff. But it's more to like, I'm gonna make sure to address the comment. He was like, they might not be doing a real investigation because the cell phone GPS location records could be enough to help find charges. Bruh,
Thank you. I'm
hold
always
on,
saying you don't just go missing in
hold on.
2026.
I gotta finish that part. Because the part of it is his friends bought the phone back, but they didn't bring him. They bought his phone back and they gave it to the people. And then when they were looking at it, there's like suspicions of like deleted messages and stuff out of it. But they bought the phone back and not him. So I don't even know if the GPS location records are going to show necessarily anything other than him being on the island because they bought it back. So I don't know. But they got the phone. They just don't have him. Which, like I said, it's weird.
But it's still worth looking at because if they had if the phone was either on his person or then they had to have gotten rid of a body. You don't just leave and then the body's still there, or they would have known where he was. And I'm just saying this if something malicious did happen because we don't know anything yet. So I'm saying then you can still look at the phone records. That is damn near the first thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just because if they deleted messages, those messages aren't really gone.
No, they're still in the cloud.
And that's another thing we'll find out as this goes on, hopefully. Because
the problem is
here's the thing. Okay, here's my thing about the phone thing. If they deleted something from his phone, that would imply that he would know that they were beefing of some sort. And if that's the case, nigga, why would you want to both
deleting it afterwards? Like after whatever could have happened, and then the boys deleted messages.
No, I know that, but I'm saying if the messages were deleted off of his phone, he had probably seen the messages. Which in that case, why are you on an island with your ops?
But that could have happened. All of this could have went down like in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like
text while they were on the island together.
I'm just saying there was I don't know. They could have been in separate rooms going back and forth.
You know, my ADHD makes me look at this in the niche ways.
I'm not even saying that. There are a lot of times where things aren't necessarily planned or whatever, but things don't go the way that they planned or whatever. Tensions are high. There could be drugs or alcohol involved or whatever.
I mean, it is a bunch of college kids.
It could have been. It could be anything if something did happen. But what I'm saying is, it trips me out that they would not only come back from a trip without him, but then they're like, okay, we're gonna give y'all the phone. We're not gonna y'all didn't call nobody before y'all came back. Y'all didn't call like the police or at least like maybe his parents or something. It was like, hey, we can't find such and such or whatever. We've been trying to look. Like nothing. Y'all just pack up y'all shit and go back home.
I mean, what if there wasn't? Okay, this is my like on these islands is. As a nigga who's been out in the wilderness, sometimes the cell phone, and you know I'm playing devil's advocate. Sometimes when you're in the wilderness, you don't have a cell phone reception. I don't know if you're in a remote area. I don't know if it's like that for these islands or not. I speak from a kid that's wandered the woods for many years and like sometimes you just straight up there is no cell phone reception.
So I mean, like
I'm reading the timeline of events.
Yeah, like I'll make sure. Like yeah, if you're in a remote place that don't have any reception, true. But like to be fair, it's not gonna stop you from recording videos. It's just gonna stop
No,
you
it's
from doing,
not.
like,
It's
TikTok and
not.
stuff.
It's not going to stop you from recording stuff. But like I said, if they did delete stuff, it will be found in the end. Because just because you delete it, don't mean it's fucking gone. You think these cell phone carriers are really just deleting your messages when you
Oh
fucking
yeah, like,
delete
even if
them?
it's deleted, they can recover it
Phones on
easily.
so many different levels. You could even turn your location off in a certain way. But like if you open up a certain app or whatever, sometimes those things can bypass like I just turned off my Find My whatever or whatever type shit. Like all of these things are crazy. They can pull all types of stuff. And then even if they can't do the Find My location, your phone naturally pings on cell phone towers and all types of shit throughout the day. If your Wi-Fi is on, it could connect to Wi-Fi in different places and stuff. Like there are ways to figure out. Like,
no, but that was the point of my asking about the reception on these islands and shit like that. Because, like I said, I know sometimes you can get out in the country and there ain't no fucking cell phone reception. Period. Point blank. None. You ain't even gotta be out in the real wilderness.
Unless all of them have the same carrier, I'm gonna be real. It's very rare that all services are down. Unless it's known to be like a place that has nothing near it. But this seems to be
it was just a random island in Mississippi.
Okay, I'm gonna read the details of what the island is, just if you pull up like on Google, whatever. It's a 10-mile long, underdeveloped barrier island off the Mississippi Gulf Coast, only accessible by private boat or kayak. It's a wilderness area with a bunch of white sands, some wildlife and stuff. The island doesn't have any drinking waters, facilities, staff, or cell service, making it a regular destination. It's one of them random off-center islands that you just go to for shit.
So that sounds like a place where they might.
How far did you say this was from where they're like from or whatever?
10 miles south of Pascagoula.
Okay, and then I have one other question. Have all of them ever gone on like this type of trip to this place before?
Now that I don't know. I don't know
why
they've been there before.
Okay, I was just curious.
But it does. This kind of place doesn't surprise me, being like, okay, we graduated from school. This is our going away school. We'll meet up by the bush, you know. That kind of stuff. So it's not surprising, but yeah, this ain't one. This island ain't got no kind of building.
If we had random islands, we'd be out there doing illicit substances on.
Yeah, that's an island you go out there to do some stuff. It ain't no island you finna go and live in. You finna go out there for a night, do some crap, come back by boat. So, like I said, there's no telling. But this is what I was gonna say when it comes to this whole situation. Like the problem that's gonna come is not a lot of ways, at least in my mind, that the autopsy can give a definitive way that something happened. There's not gonna have people second guessing
trauma.
Yeah, I mean, even with that, like, there's not gonna without like some extra evidence, like a videotape, some logs, some call logs, whatever, somebody seeing it, some witnesses. There's not gonna be a lot of ways to be able to interpret the evidence as guaranteed this was an accident.
Blunt force trauma. He could have fell in the water and hit a rock,
or somebody could have pushed him. Like it's not really a way to prove some of those ways. So
he went to go take a piss and he tripped and fell and hit his head on a rock, and we were never able to find him.
Like I hate that because they're not gonna be able to say a lot.
I'm just more of a pessimist because I really do believe that humanity is really kind of crappy. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of great people and stuff like that in there, but I feel like at our core, like we're selfish beings. We are resentful beings. We are jealous beings. Like all of these things fall into like the 7 deadly sins. Like we all showcase small parts of that in different way, but I feel like as a majority, especially now, because when you can get away with just about anything, especially right now in the times as being someone of the lighter race in a country right now that is really divided, that is really trying to separate who they believe deserve to live, let alone be citizens or whatever. And that is this particular race. And we see multiple times where someone of that race does something horrific and they get off.
For people who are curious on this is what Horn Island looks like. It's like one of them off the trail islands. Not
It
pretty.
looks like a bunch of college kids would go to get fucked up on this island.
I said like it's
Can
one of
you show me some more?
This is it. This is what Horn Island looks like. It's
See about that though. That's interesting to me because it seems like it's quite open.
Yeah, I mean, it says what 10 miles big, like so. You got
but 10 miles.
But if you gonna go by boat, you
right
gonna go
there
straight
on
to a
the
couple of
sand.
areas.
You can see through like all the other shrubbery for like.
Yeah, but 10 miles, Moonbeam.
No, I'm gonna be real. Like let's keep it big.
But
You're not
why
gonna travel
would
that
he
dang
go
far.
a good 10? How would he? Why would he go a good 10 miles?
Y'all came there by boat. You ain't going that far.
No, I'm saying
you're
the
not
whole
going
island
that far.
I'm saying
In a
the whole
remote place
island
with
is
no
10 miles.
service.
No, what I'm saying is the whole island is 10 miles altogether. That's a lot of
Well, what I'm saying is they got there together, they got off a boat. They were probably in a certain spot. Even if he walked off, he's not walking far enough to where he can't see through that shrubbery.
Well, no, but I'm just saying there's a hill in one of those photos. So if there's one hill, there's probably not just one hill, there's multiple hills. So I'm just saying, just because the pictures we're seeing look very open, those pictures aren't encapsulating the whole 10 miles of this island. Because some pictures had hills, some pictures were that open with the palm trees. Then we had a picture that was off the coast. We don't know how far the coast is. I'm just saying, with a 10-mile island, whether you think that the shrubbery is dense or not, I could definitely see a way where somebody would disappear.
Yes. Been disappeared. I just
like,
feel like you're on a boat trip, you make it to the island, you're on the beach. Like if y'all would have went into the shrubbery part, you were either just going out there to like piss and you're not going that far, or y'all going together. I just don't see, this just doesn't make sense to me. And I get what you're doing, and I appreciate you playing devil's advocate and giving another side, because I am leaning more towards worst case scenario. I'm aware of that. So I am aware of that.
But it's important that we look at it from all sides.
Yes, I am being very, very one-sided with this right now. I hear everything that you're saying, but I also need you to hear like the reasons why I'm saying all of this doesn't seem to add up. And I get the things that the possibilities that they're throwing out, but I feel like they're less likely than the things that I'm saying.
Yeah, most definitely. But I'm just saying that until we get back more than
this is Mississippi.
Yes. The racial tension, you can cut it with a knife. I'm aware.
Right.
I mean, for me, look, my mindset is it's hard for me to be positive when, of course, somebody's lost their life and there's just not no details. There's not going to be a lot of details. Yes. People's mentality likes to go to the worst possible scenario, but it look bad. I ain't saying like if it's a 10-mile beach, but we came there by boat.
It looks horrible.
We came there by boat. There ain't like no cities and none of that. We came there by boat, so obviously we just gonna go chill on this beach or whatever. If I'm going into the shrubbery and I ain't got nothing but probably my cell phone flashlight, I ain't really I ain't got nothing to charge my phone with. So I don't plan to be there long. So if I got anything but a cell phone flashlight, I ain't finna go far. But
didn't you say they were going to meet some girls or something?
Yeah, supposedly they were gonna go and meet up with some girls or whatever. Like if you're gonna go into the shrubbery, look, it ain't any reason you can go there to piss, you can go there to get freaky, you can go there to
here we go get some ass, brother.
It ain't been a reason I'm finna go deep into a whole island in an island that look like crap. Like I ain't got no reason to leave.
And I just see him necessarily not telling his friends if it's a known thing that this place doesn't have service. Like I don't know. I'm not going in no woods without y'all knowing where the fuck I'm going when I know I don't have no goddamn service.
Look, listen, I promise you, them
for me to get lost. Like that, though. These motherfuckers can't even read an actual clock. You know they can't find due north and shit.
But Boomby, I'm telling you, they were not thinking about that.
I'm be real, bro. I'll be real. In my mind, and I'm also understand overall 99 media is not responsible for what I say when it comes to my own theories. I get that. I'm gonna be real. They probably know. I'm not gonna say that like that. They probably know. They probably know something.
Yeah, even if it was an accident, even if it was an accident of his own volition, even if it was an accident on his own volition, I really do believe that they know whatever.
Like they have some idea, because you're just not finna see. We're not finna go on a boat ride together to go chill at night with whatever alcohol, substances, or something like that. And there's either something they know something, or there's something that they know. And mind you, when I say they either know something of what happened, or they know something that will get them in trouble if they say, like, hey, we don't want to say we had cocaine on the beach or whatever, or some shit like that. So we don't want to put that out there, so we can't say nothing about
but
that.
I guarantee you having cocaine on the beach is a lot better than being accused, in my opinion, of murder.
Well, they delete their,
Yeah, but
they
you
delete their social media
gotta
profiles
think
and
these
stuff.
are a
So I
bunch
mean,
of college kids. These kids'
And
brains
even
aren't
that,
even.
like that to
the
me is
lawyer's
brains
brain
aren't that
is.
developing
you delete.
yet.
Y'all are all deleting your social media accounts. That's suspicious to me.
It is.
It can be suspicious. It can also be like, we not finna try to listen to the storm of people that's finna send out
But it can
DMs with a
also
whole
be.
bunch of
It
craziness.
can
They can
also
all be
be
there
white
too.
people
Turn
just
all
doing
that
white
shit off.
people
You
shit.
cannot get it. You can delete the app, but you deleting the whole thing. It seems like there's something on there that could be used against you in some form.
But
or
they
fashion.
can also get that too, though.
Yes,
if
they
that
sure
is
can.
the case.
If they get a proper warrant for it.
I mean, I'm just gonna be real. Like it could be stuff on Messenger or something. Sure, I get it. But I'm just gonna not like, you're not gonna sit here and tell me y'all went together. And that's just my opinion. I get that. It's hard for you to sit there and sell me the story. Y'all go there together to go chill, party, whatever. Y'all are together. Y'all come back with his phone, and y'all don't at least have a clue of where he walked off to, because it ain't likely that somebody's gonna walk off without their phone anyway.
Right.
Y'all gonna sit there and tell me that y'all ain't got no clue where he walked off to, but y'all had his phone? Like, unless he went, and this would be crazy, unless he went to like, I'm finna go piss right quick, and he just never came back.
Like maybe he had just came out of the water and he was wet type shit. But
I'm
put the phone on the table and walked in the thing. That's a possibility.
He could have
like, bro, y'all gotta, but y'all like, not saying nothing. It just makes this more out of proportion, because people go crazy with their own theories and stuff, which I get it. Like, so
right, and the optics do not look good. A bunch of white kids and a dead black kid. It just does. The optics look terrible.
But like,
so I get lawyering up, but not helping while lawyering up.
It make you feel a little more guilty because you're not doing anything to help necessarily. But as far as these discussion questions, look, like we would say, what responsibilities? Like we were talking about when you go traveling, people, what you got when somebody is separated from the group on a remote island. Look, first off, going to remote islands is already a setup for disaster. Let's get that out the way. But
y'all don't watch enough horror movies.
It's remote. I go somewhere, I don't got a cell phone service, is automatically set up for trouble. Look at that.
Right. And let's not even say something bad as in like malicious is happening. Let's just say an injury happens and we need to call 911. We have no service. There's no businesses. There's no nothing. We have to either get back on a boat. We got to call the Coast Guard, and we can't even call the Coast Guard.
But I can't, like, if you separate, look, I'm gonna be real. In most mindsets, when you traveling or when you going somewhere, uncharted territory, new places or whatever, most of the time your friends should always be within eyesight. You should never, normal times, leave somebody else's eyesight, because
I don't even do that in the club with my friends.
Yeah, like even in the club, if you are somewhere,
walk away to where I cannot see my friend in the club. If it's just me and her, I'm going only far enough to where I can still see her. Like that, if there's other friends, I'll leave her. We don't go to the back. We don't walk to the bathrooms alone. We don't do none of that. You're just like there is certain things that you can do to keep yourself safe. Or whatever, like I'm gonna wear whatever the fuck I want to wear, but I can make sure that, okay, I'm not walking out back or whatever by myself in the dark or whatever, while also dressed in sexy club attire. I'm not gonna do that. And I know it shouldn't be that way, but it is what it is. And so we don't separate like that. If I came with you, we leave with you, or I need to know who you're going with. I almost didn't let a girl go once with a guy, and I was like, absolutely not. You're way too drunk. We lit and we all came together. Then I found out that was her boyfriend, and I was like, oh, okay, my bad. I was like, well, y'all can go. And later on, her baby father. But I don't play them games. I do not play them games. I need to know who that motherfucker is. And let me tell you, if you're like grown where I really like legitimately cannot stop you, I have your location. You're going to give me your location right fucking now. And even then, I don't like doing that. And I have stopped being friends with people, with two people before for doing that, because I did not like that. I did not like that. I was like, you putting yourself in fucked up positions, and how long before I get stuck in one of those fucked up positions? I'm straight.
That's the female perspective, though. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't never asked for a nigga's location.
This is true. Like if you tell me where you at, it's
I ain't
ain't that
never in
good
my
enough
life.
for when it come to us. If you tell us
Yeah,
where you at,
but
that's about
see,
the most we're gonna
but
do.
see, like you going over to a girl house or whatever, like after the club and stuff like that. There's something about men that feel like, okay, I don't have to worry about that or whatever, especially because you're going to her house. If a girl is going to a guy's house that she don't know or she just met or whatever, and this is still a man, this is still someone that is most likely physically bigger than her. Okay. So if I don't know where you are, you can tell me, okay, I'm going over to his house. Where is his house? You can even say the street name, like, no, I need to be able to see where you are. And I need so guess what? When your phone leave, when you say you're gonna call me when you leave or whatever, and I haven't gotten a call, but I see your fucking location moving, bitch, I'm about to blow your phone up. And you better freaking answer. And if you don't answer, I'm calling the police and I'm rolling up on the location that I had originally. We are not doing that. Real friends make sure they straight. It's like your homie that get too drunk or whatever, and you're like, oh, well, I'm still going home, and you leave her. Baby, that ain't a friend. If you've ever experienced that, let that shit go. Let
I
that
got
shit
good
go.
homies, yo. I ain't never experienced that. I've got good friends.
I've legitimately had an experience where it was homecoming week at FAMU, which is crazy. Okay. And this particular year, it was also FSU's homecoming or whatever. No, yeah, it was their homecoming as well. Or it was Halloween. It was one of the two. But there was a fuck ton of people. And so the main road in Tallahassee that's like known as like a super busy road is like Appalachia. Also, and like Magnolia, there's a bunch of Tennessee Street. And I think I was on Tennessee Street, if I recall, because there's a club there. And so this is like a super popular night or whatever. And I have to go. I already had tickets for one of the Greek step shows. And so I had went there, and my homegirls like went to the mall because I needed them to grab me a pair of shoes. They had to grab some last minute. And we were meeting at the place or whatever at the club. Well, they don't call me or whatever and tell me that they're headed out until they're already gone. So I get there late. I have to pregame. They're already in line or whatever. Let's just say there was a bunch of bullshit. But then at some point in the night, I was heavily intoxicated where I was in the bathroom. My head was spinning. I wasn't like throwing up or whatever, but I was like, I cannot stand. It's hot because it's like wall to wall people. We are at capacity and there is still a full line outside wrapping around the building. That's how crazy it is. So then I'm like, I need to go out. Now we know the promoter and the host of this particular club or whatever and shit. So I'm like, tell him that you gonna walk me to my car or whatever, and then to let you back in if you want to stay. I was like, y'all don't have to leave, but I need to sit down like in my fucking car or whatever and shit. That hoe made every excuse under the sun on why she couldn't do that. So then I had to walk outside. Now, mind you, there is like a 6 lanes going both ways or whatever, super busy during homecoming, and to get over to where I had to park, which is across the street and shit. And so I walk out, and this guy there standing outside talking, and one guy sees me, and he was like, "You straight?" And I was like, "I just need to get to my car." And he was like, he basically offered to walk me. Him and his friend stayed. He walked me to my car, and I still was nervous because I was like, this nigga could push me in my car and knock me out or whatever the fuck. You never know. He could rob me, all type of shit, because I am that lit. He literally holds my arm, walks me to my car, puts me in my car, tells me to lock the car or whatever. I take a quick power nap. I take maybe like a 30 or whatever because I was a little like very lit that time. And then so I woke up. I called them hoes. They were still in the club. I went to my apartment. They were staying with me too. They decided that they were gonna go to hang out with someone. No, they were going to like IHOP or some shit. And I was like, okay, all right, well, keep me posted. Then they decided they're not gonna come in, and they don't call me. And then they don't show up. I can't get in touch with them, nothing. I hear from them in the morning when they done came back to my apartment trying to get in. And I was like, not only did y'all allow me to be and don't get it twisted, I have to take responsibility for my own drinking. So I went too far, but your friends are supposed to make sure that you're straight, and they didn't do that. or whatever. And then
true.
and then they didn't even have the decency to let me know that they were okay in a city that they don't live in, because they went to school, they went to Cookman. So they didn't live there. They were staying in my apartment. And like, it's one of the busiest people from everywhere are in Tallahassee during this weekend. Like, someone could literally do whatever they want to you, and they may never come back to Tallahassee again. You'll never see them again.
But, well, I don't want to have the entire discussion be on this, but like, so we were finishing the discussion, but it's not much. It's just mostly like, if you know something, please say something. Give your video, give your information. It can even be given anonymously, but don't not say nothing, because even when it mixing it with urgency to grieve, the urgency is real, because the longer that this goes on, the more of a chance stuff like this gets buried under just the mass of media and things that happen.
And never convince yourself that you're above eventually or potentially being a victim of that same type of either circumstance, or having something that you need justice for or help with be ignored and buried. You are not above that. If people, it's not just a race thing, it's a corruption thing.
But with that,
we'll come to the investigators and shit.
We will again give you the information. It's the Sheriff's Department and the Department of Marine Resources. Anything you know, seen, or anything of the nature, come forward. The family needs all help that they can get when it comes to just find out what happened to them. The man had a future, man. I'm pretty sure this wasn't what it was envisioned to be. But with that, we'll move on to that was the serious topic. Like I said, we went a good distance.
Donald Trump called Iran Japan.
Now we'll go to the silly topics, or the fun ones. I do say the fun.
Oh shit!
So we start off with.
Well, we knew this was gonna be heavy to begin with.
Yes, I wanted to make sure to get the one out of the way. We go on to the silly one, and I say silly. I love church. I love God. I just want to get this out the way now. I have nothing to do with just the ideology or mentality that's going to come from this.
About to set us up.
I just have to say that now. I love God. I love church.
I'm not religious at all.
The idea of church and everything and the religion, I love and have great respect for it. Just when it comes to stuff like this, when a pastor is arrested after getting caught blowing down some people of the opposite sex to get rid of their demons. We were talking about optics. We was all just talking about optics. You can't see
you church niggas be freaky as hell.
Like, bro, I can't even defend this. How can I defend this?
Yeah, you church niggas be freaky as hell.
How can
I'm gonna say this.
I wish I went to that church. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I bet you do.
I'm gonna say this.
Shit, I got some evil spirits she can exercise. Yo, that's crazy. Hold on. She's a hero. She's trying to make religion fun again.
Oh my God.
Why was she arrested? If none of these gentlemen were underage, yo.
And they don't have a violation button. Oh my goodness.
That's what I was gonna say. I by no means think that religious authority members can't be sexual beings, unless you're obviously like, you know,
free her. None of these niggas are underage. Free her.
If you're a part of the Catholic upper echelon, where you take your vows and oaths or whatever, then I understand that. But everyone else, I don't expect them to be like celibate and stuff like that. However,
don't look like no nun to me, movie.
However.
Hey, I'm trying to go to that church. I'm trying to see what something they're talking about over there.
Well, the issue with this is doing it with multiple members. She's not married, is she? She's single, right?
I have no idea.
Who knows? But it don't fucking matter.
Yes, it do. That does make it worse. If she's also No, because
Hey,
then
if there's a
no,
sexy
because then she
pastor
is
out there
messing
trying to hand out
no,
some
because then
dome
she really
top,
is doing something really bad religiously.
if
Because
she's
you're an
trying to throw out
adult.
the head top, I'm trying to catch it.
Okay.
Look at her.
Look, you're not gonna be able to tell him anything otherwise.
Yeah,
Even
that's
though
all I was
I
saying.
will admit
Hey,
to his
what
point,
none of
she
hold
is
on,
an
hold
attractive
on.
young lady.
What none of these young men, what none of these niggas underage were they? If they weren't underage, she's a fucking hero, and not all heroes wear capes. Cause I bet you them niggas wouldn't have been going to church otherwise. I bet you they wouldn't have been in the house of the Lord otherwise.
I can't say. Look, I'm be real. I don't even know how this.
Or maybe they would be.
I don't even know how this pops off. I ain't gonna hold you. Like what?
Hey, that's
What group chat?
Hey,
What
she's a fucking
message?
hero, yeah.
What messaging do you give? At what point is it in
You
messages,
don't need no
congregation?
messaging. She's like,
Oh,
yo,
no,
let me
'cause
suck the
How does
demons
this
up
go
out of
down?
you.
I will say
She
that.
was like, let me suck the demons up out of you. All did
Like they had to be like, what?
All
They had
No,
to
they
look
had to be
crazy,
like, that's cool as shit.
No. They when she first had to suggest it, she had to be. I don't even know how to that. I don't even know how to. Well, I'm still wondering because I can't really find much
hold
information.
on. The religious types, yo, y'all just.
That's
look,
what I said. No, they are freaky.
Hold on.
I will say that.
If religion has shown me anything in all of my years of living, it's that niggas will blindly follow some shit for real. Like to the utmost blindly follow some shit. So if these niggas were devout enough, yo, and this was their religious leader being like, yo, I gotta slurp these demons up out of you, son.
Hey,
That's why I was saying, like, the fact that it was like multiple people, she's in a position of authority. Yeah, no, it's a problem.
No, I'm down, yo. Look, sign me up, brother. She's out here handing out Sunday sermon slurp downs. What the fuck you mean? You think I'm not finna show up for a Sunday sermon slurp down?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's still ethical issues here. So.
I don't think she should be arrested unless she sexually assaulted these men and like she was told no.
Why was she arrested?
That's what I was trying to figure out. Unless they were underage, and then that's fucked up.
I mean, that's the thing I was wondering. Cause I can't really find a lot of information.
Like you can't just arrest her for sucking dick is crazy.
With at a risk of this, if this is real or not, I'm wondering what was she arrested for? But I can't, like, unless like Moonbeam said, unless they were like underage or something. What was she arrested for? Like,
or she was caught in public doing it.
That would be crazy.
No, yeah, that
would be crazy.
Because it did take caught.
Sign me up, even still sign me up. But no,
like there's no way.
If that was the case, the gentleman would have been arrested too.
I mean, there's just no way we just can't be.
But they haven't. Yeah, but remember, this is just to get your attention. It doesn't mean that
she just got like 5 dicks going crazy.
Like getting caught, maybe it was in public. Public indecency is a reason to arrest somebody, and just they might have just focused on her because she's the pastor versus like just the average congregation member. It might not have mattered when it comes to them getting arrested, but they just like, oh, she's a pastor. This becomes the story. But either way, ain't no way they just sitting in the back of the church parking lot or in the middle of McDonald's.
They arrested her for sucking too much dick is crazy, bro.
Oh my!
They were like, you going to jail? You sucked how many niggas' dicks today? Oh. Get in the paddy wagon.
I mean,
me and Officer Barbrady will be back there in a second.
Officer Barbrady. Like, no, this is gonna throw me. Like, if police come up to them, if public in DC, but police come up to them, like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm removing the demons out of the.
Either way, how
my God,
we can't be out here arresting niggas for sucking.
How we got to this point?
That's crazy.
The men.
I guess in this case, we can't be out here arresting bitches for sucking dick. That's crazy.
Male churchmen. I mean, I'm pretty sure they were.
And especially if she was. What if she was out here giving top in the name of the Lord?
Apparently, she was.
She's topping niggas off in the name of the Father.
I can't stand him though. Oh my goodness.
Hey, I'm just saying. I want to go to this church. I'm not a churchly Negro, but look, like I said, if we got Sunday slurp downs going on, count me in.
You know what? On the note of Sundays, no, I'm not even saying it.
I was about to say,
I'm not going to repeat it. I can't do that. On that note, I think we will end off of this. This is a good ending to this. I refuse to go any further in this diabolical treachery. we will let the Afro
We hit
first.
both sides of the. Hold on, before we go, I do want to say
Have it?
I saw there's a nigga that's like 45 minutes from where I live. He cut off his own penis and then used it to set his mother's garage on fire. Yes,
this nonsense. Matter of fact,
yo,
just for you, I will read it for you, just to be nice. It
read
says
it. It's
here,
crazy.
I'll be nice. A Fort Wayne man cut off his own penis, lit it on fire, and he used it to set his mom's garage on fire. He is charged with 1 count of arson. According to charging documents, they were called to a fire at his detached garage back in May. The homeowner told him it don't have any electrical power and only excel be a can of gasoline. Of course, the Fort Wayne cops were also investigating the stabbing, and he was the victim supposedly. But then they found out he lied about it. And he was like, no, around 2 a.m., he went to the garage, cut off his phone with a kitchen knife, poured gasoline on it, set it on fire in the floor of the garage, and then left and started walking away from the property until he encountered police. How are you walking?
Bruh,
I need somebody to answer that question. How are you walking? To the point where you encountered police. What do you mean you were walking? How? Like,
right. I'm like,
issues.
This is what people mean when they say Indiana is just cold Florida, yo, because this is some Florida shit.
But that's just wild.
That's just like, it was like 45 minutes.
I thought
away.
this was wild. This is wild.
Bruh.
A kitchen knife?
With a kitchen knife, brother. And it probably wasn't like a meat cleaver or nothing. So he might have had to hack through that shit.
I don't know.
I don't know what. Look,
that made me shudder for a bit, and not in a good way. Not in a good way.
He might have been on PCP.
Where can they find you, Afro Comedy?
You can find me at Afro Comedy 765 on all platforms. You can catch me Mondays for House of the Dragon reviews on Keep It 99. You can catch me Wednesdays on the Blurred Cartels Roundtable doing Top 10 Anything. Thursdays, of course, you can catch me here on Casual Conversations, where I'm casually conversating with Zelmay and the lovely Miss Moonbeam when she decides to join us. Mom Ray stepped in to be my tag team partner. He drew the handler lot this week. Shout out to Mom Ray. But yeah, like I said, you know the vibe, something flagrant, something inflammatory.
And of course, we have the lovely Ebony Dream Beam at the Ebony Dream Moon Con.
You already know I'm your girl, Ebony Moonbeam. You can find me at Ebony_Moonbeam on all social media platforms. I'm a cosplayer, anime shit talker, real life shit talker, debaucherous whore, everything in between. Whatever you think I am, I'm that. Whatever you don't think I am, I'm that too, because I really don't care. Anywho, gonna get some cosplays, gonna get some content, you know. I'm gonna be doing a live tonight at 11. I'm starting a series with a friend of mine called Respectfully We Need Therapy. And it is basically where we take topics, random topics from the viewers, and we give you a story time, that real life story time from both of us. So that will be live on TikTok tonight at 11 p.m. on you can find it on my TikTok at Ebony_Moonbeam. And OG.Nini, if you go to my story, you can see the flyer and it'll give you the breakdown of what the show's all about. So yeah.
Remember, if you are at DreamCon, interact with the waifus with your own dangers, your own warning labels and everything. You may come back with memory loss and sore body parts. We thank you very much for watching. Make sure you follow that. And of course, I am the new host, Monterey, not Zelmay, taking over his show. You know, of course, I'm sitting in this house and everything. I had to take over because we beefing. And, you know, he didn't let it go. I ain't going to let it go. So now I got my new show, Casual Conversations. Thank you all for watching, all 60 places of you, all the wonderful people. Thank you all. Please like, comment, and subscribe to Over Our 99 Media. Of course, keep it 99, everything under the sun. Click on the website. Click on the links. They'll let you know where to find all of these wonderful people, and myself included. And, of course, I'm Monterey Hudson. Everywhere it says Monterey Hudson, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, of course, as it still exists. And I think it makes sense to podcast on Saturdays, where we are giving the spiel of the stuff that is going down in the world as it is trending. Thank you all for watching. Please be mindful. Don't do things in the garage like that. Be mindful
It's not that bad. It's never that bad, folks.
Things that you may be manipulated into doing, especially when it comes to any kind of cult-like things or anything of that nature. Please be mindful, and of course,
no, if the preacher offers to suck you down and she's fine, let it happen.
And please be mindful. Remember, we do not condone, support, or responsible for any of the sayings, comments, opinions, and wild theories of the Afro Comedy 765 man, Ebony _ Moonbeam. Nor can we prove them as facts or fiction. Thank you all for watching. Peace to you all.
Peace.
Turn the cameras on, hit the mics, let's go. From a couch to a cosmos, watch us steal the show.